I told him not to go back to the house, but he laughed as if the very walls were a stage for his bravado. "You're scared of shadows," he said, slapping his knee, "and I'm tired of your cautionary tales." He never believed the emptiness that lived behind my eyes, the way my hands trembled when I spoke. The house had stood abandoned for decades, its roof sagging like a tired sigh, its windows blackened by soot and neglect. Yet, to him, it was a playground, a relic to conquer, a dare to prove that fear was merely a story we told ourselves to feel alive. The night we left the town, the wind carried a low, mournful hum that seemed to rise from the cracked foundation itself. I watched him step onto the cracked porch, his silhouette swallowed by the darkness that pooled around the doorway. The air grew colder, and the faint scent of rot, like old wood and something else, something sour, tangled with the smell of damp earth. I could see his breath form ghostly ribbons, disappearing into the void before he even reached the threshold. Inside, the hallway stretched farther than any rational mind would allow, each board creaking under a weight that was not his. The wallpaper peeled in long, jagged strips, revealing layers of past lives, each one a scream frozen in paper. He moved forward, his flashlight a weak beacon that flickered with each step, as if the darkness itself were swallowing the light. I heard a whisper, not from his mouth but from the walls, a soft susurrus that seemed to echo his name. "Jacob." It breathed, and the sound was both distant and intimately close, as if it were the voice of someone he once loved, now twisted by time. He stopped, his confidence cracking like a glass bottle. "Who's there?" he called, his voice trembling for the first time. The shadows in the corner coalesced, forming a shape that was neither man nor beast, just an absence of light, a void that seemed to pulse with a heartbeat of its own. It reached out with tendrils of darkness, brushing against his cheek, leaving a cold that seeped into his marrow. He tried to step back, but the floor beneath him gave way, revealing a pit of blackness that swallowed the light entirely. A low, guttural laugh rose from the depths, the sound of 1,000 forgotten souls echoing in a chorus of regret. I stood at the doorway, my own hand shaking, the tremor in my voice finally audible. "You should have listened," I whispered, the words barely more than a breath. The house responded with a sigh, the walls shifting, the floorboards groaning as if the building itself were alive, feeding on his bravado. He vanished into the darkness, his scream swallowed before it could leave his throat. The house settled back into its silence, the only proof of his presence a faint imprint on the dust, 2 footprints leading nowhere and a single, lingering echo of laughter that would never again be answered.